Okay, our vacuum is very loud, so it will not make a pleasant video. Just so I can show you a little sample, this is what it would sound like. It's just very loud. Okay, so as you can see, I wouldn't want to put that on film. Now mopping, on the other hand, not much of to watch, but whatever. As I've mentioned to you all before, after I clean I rinse the mop and clean out the bucket, all I do is just fill it with water and the Fabuloso. We put it in this. I'm sure I've mentioned it prior in a previous video, and I spray as I go. And then I use the water mostly to rinse out in between, you know, like I do a little area. I could add some bleach to it, that would be a good idea. And see, I do a little area, and then I just go and rinse the mop with the clean water just to get the Fabuloso out. You're not supposed to use that much Fabuloso. I think we do half and half Fabuloso, half water in that bottle. So yeah, that's why it's good to have clean water to rinse it out in between. I'm thinking if you use too much Fabuloso, the floors come out sticky. But we use half and half on the spray because mom likes the way the house smells after it's done. Okay. There's our infamous, I forget what kind they're called, but hurricane mop bucket. I don't know. It rinses out the mop. All you gotta do is stick the mop, in the bucket. And then this is the part that's supposed to be so convenient. I prefer the Rubbermaid, the commercial quality types, only because the stick of the handle of the mop, it's longer. Therefore, as you mop, it's actually easier because with a longer handle, you don't have to bend over as much, and you cover more area with less effort. But being that this is inside of a house, you can get it all done and mopped. I mean, obviously vacuum first. I like to do area, so like I would do the kitchen. I had vacuumed it before. That's the part that I mopped so far over there. I had vacuumed it right before I started mopping, and then oh yeah, turn on the fan, the ceiling fan. That way no one steps on it while it's moist. But there's no one here except me and my queen right now. Mom, dad left with the princess. They went to, I believe, Alex's house. Hi, Alex, if you're watching. Uh, I hope I got that right. If not, Laura's, but 50-50 chance. All right, let's continue with the kitchen. I'm not going to show you that because you already saw the kitchen. Okay, kitchen's done. Uh, took about a couple minutes. I'll show you right now. It's not going to look glamorous, but, and we do have a couple chips in the tile. This tile was laid down about 20 years ago. So obviously, maybe one day we could invest in getting some new tile. As I rinse the mop, you can see that's the Fabuloso, that's the chemicals. That was clean water before. And then there's the floor for the kitchen. See, it has like little chips right there. That almost looked like a stain, but it's not, that's just everything. Looks a little shinier, but more than the looks is the smell. A lot of the times, and especially in commercial areas, commercial places, they have somebody that actually comes in and is an expert in like your olfactory, whatever it's called, gland, your olfactory or whatever, olfactory, I don't remember the proper physiological name, but nonetheless, they make it, let me go to the light, so that when you walk into certain places, certain smells, I say spells, now I'm going to start thinking about witchery, they invoke certain feelings. So like if you want to, like for instance, if you're walking inside of like a Victoria's Secret, I think, or maybe some of those stores in the mall that have, like high end, and even probably regular other stores. Well, I know, for instance, for a fact, since I was an assistant to a direct store delivery vendor, like supermarkets, we don't have Kroger down here. We have another one, but our main chain that we have down here in South Florida, they have a schedule where they wax their floors, then immediately mop, then wax, and then they immediately mop it afterwards. They do this during closing hours. They close from, used to be 11 before, pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, now they close at 10. I don't know if they went back down to 11. So they would have an overnight crew where they would just be waxing the floors. And then so that would, in my opinion, constitute to the way that their store has their certain smell. For a supermarket, I would go for like cleanliness. So you would want when you walk in, you'd want to smell like, not so much chemicals as much as just, be able, if there is food, obviously smell, but no, if it's cooked food, you would want to smell it. For regular food, you just want something that's clean. Lighting has a lot to do with it too. When it comes to the store that you go to, they want things to be well lit. They want, nowadays, you don't see a lot of displays in the middle of stores because now they're working a lot with open concept. That seems to be a popular thing. So I remember we used to be able to put tables with our items that were on sale. Like they have a lot of 50% off sales in some stores. Like that's their gimmick to get people to walk in, what they call doorbusters. So we would be able to set up tables and put our products on it. Obviously we would put little mantles on them, make it look presentable. But now they seem to be shying away for that. That seems to be what's in, está de moda. That's what's popular right now. So they want more open space. That concept was really started by Target. Target was the first chain that started that because Walmart used to have everywhere you walked, there would be pallets laid down in the middle of the aisle. I mean, obviously, I'm talking, or like the spaces, like say like the lobby or like the main aisles of the store. I'm not talking about like the smaller aisles that go into like specific areas, but the main aisles where you can just like walk around the store and do a full circle. Around those main aisles, they used to have pallets laid down right in the middle with merchandise. They might be doing it at some stores, or they might be bringing it back. But the last that I worked, which was maybe a couple years ago now, they decided to do away with that. They wanted their stores to be more of like a more open space, so that the shopper, I guess, to maybe enhances the shopping experience. I don't know. They do whatever they can to make you spend money. That's the bottom line. So just keep that in mind next time you walk into any particular place. The casino is notoriously big for that. When you walk into the casino, uh, they have it so that obviously everybody knows there's no clocks. There's nothing in casinos that make you aware of the time. I think they also limit like natural lighting in there. They want to mimic so that the environment is the same whether you walk in at 3 in the afternoon or at 3 in the morning. They want the inside of that casino to look exactly the same. That way your concept of time is pretty much gone. You know, it helps to keep the person inside there and keep, instead of thinking about, you know, their responsibilities outside of there, it's almost like a little like the equivalent of a man cave, but this would be like a gambling cave. They want the person who's gambling to be thinking about, you know, they want their brain to just focus on that dopamine fix, as opposed to think about, oh, did I send out the check to pay for the lights? Did I check on my neighbor to make sure that who's recovering from a stroke, to make sure that they're doing okay? No, they want you to just be in there, focus on winning, you know, because apparently that's what that addiction is motivated by. Not like your regular other ones, eating, drugs, television, whatnot. This right here, if you're looking at this, like me, I'll admit, YouTube takes up too much time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and continue now towards the living room. Now, what I did while off camera, I turned on all the lights. And the reason I like to have the lights on is that way you can see better where you're cleaning. So see, now I can see the floor and see all those little pieces of dirt. It's been raining outside today, so that's why we attracted more dirt than usual. We're not normally this dirty. I mean, everybody's got something to clean up. Obviously, we're all human beings. We all produce waste. There's no such thing as a perfect house where, unless you can afford to have a maid or a valet or a butler, I don't know, whoever cleans. In this case, it would be me, but I clean because, one, this is mom and dad's house, and it's the very least I could do, especially considering the fact that at the moment I cannot contribute financially. Only very little work's been coming my way lately, but that's okay. So yeah, and also it gives me a reason to make a video. Okay, so I picked this up and I'm only gonna show a few seconds. I see something and it's bothering me. Okay, I know what it is, but I'm not gonna say. Okay, I have rinsed out the mop. I don't know if you guys seen. Look at that, I moved the carpet and I find little pieces, not dirt, but these are like paw things that fall from plants. When you're mopping so the house smells nice, the entrance, very important. Obviously, it's almost like, what do they say, first impressions? Same thing for a commercial. If you're working you have your own business, you want soon as they walk in that door, the first step, first, second, third steps, you want them to already feel like, one, you want them to spend as much time there as possible, but two, you want them to enjoy the experience by the ambience, the environment. In this case, I'm talking about the cleanliness. Therefore, it will provoke them to want to spend some monies. Because obviously, if you're a small business owner, that's your objective, that's your goal. Duh. Unless your business is like service oriented and it's for a particular thing. In that case, your expertise and whatever service it is you provide is your goal. But nonetheless, even in those service economies, you're selling yourself. Therefore, you still, as a person, have to present yourself, proper attire, whatever it may be. Maybe your attire on its own can, provide a sense of, how do I say it, of professionalism to your customer. Therefore, that invokes trust, because it's very important when doing business. Small businesses, you have to, make sure the customer has a certain level of trust. I'm not talking about, oh, here are the keys to my house, unless of course the services that you are rendering require that you have the keys to the house. And that is also, that's another reason I should say, why you need to invoke trust in your client. Alright, we finished this little area and I forgot to turn on the fan, which I set it up so that it would help the floor dry. What does it say? Bloqueo de AFAF. My phone's saying something underneath the times. I don't know what that means. Let me look at this video. Okay, so I went ahead, turn on another light. Okay, that's better. I mopped that area, so back to rinsing. And now back to where we left off. What I like to do to help myself out, I put the bottle where I know I need to start next. So that towel right there, I gotta start from there, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I do like sections, so I know that this area starting from there, that's 4 tiles, plus the cut one for the sides that have to be done. I did already the area before that, which we went ahead and turned on the fan and put it on oscillation mode. I don't know if you can see much of a difference from where it's mopped to where it's not. No, not much. There are some stains, so we're going to try to get rid of those in a second. And let's set this up so we can watch more mopping. Isn't this fun, guys? I hear my queen making a request, but I'm not too fond of talking across rooms, so I've set my ears to kind of just hear the noise, but there's no point in having to yell or talk loud in between rooms when, if you're healthy and you have 2 legs, all you gotta do is just get up and walk from one room to the other and communicate what you have to say. That's just my 2 cents. Everybody's got their own right to their own thoughts. And that's why this channel is called David. And it's not called The House. Because it's David's opinion. So yeah, I suppose you could say I'm selfish. Continuing on, let's move this sucker around. This will probably be one of the last two scenes or shots, because the rest would be the family room, the bathrooms. Mom and dad's room will not be done because I wait till they get here to do that. There's another bathroom in there. And I gotta do my precious queen. I gotta do her room per her request. She said that she has already, like, I think she said she might have vacuumed or cleaned it up so that it's ready to be mopped. So let me show you guys if I can do it. Okay. Because I'm a little OCD, I like to go underneath. I do it with the, oh, that's my belt. I do it with the vacuum as well. I go underneath the tables. The vacuum also has like a little extension so that I can go underneath like appliances. I don't use it too often because it's just more work. Because when you grab the extension, you have to take off the one that it has already, which is the one with the thing that rotates, like the little what would that be called? The brush of the vacuum. So you have to take off the extension that contains the brush, and then you have to add the one that goes underneath the appliances, or it could even go underneath these couches, or for as much as it can go at a certain level to where it can go. All right, instead of finding a place, let me just finish this part real quick. All right, like I mentioned, I leave the spray bottle where I know I gotta pick up. So for instance, I put it here in this corner. I know from here to over there, I mop. I know from here to over there, I mopped. So now I have to do from where the bottle is, this area right here. And then I will have officially completed the living room, which includes the entrance of the house, and the kitchen. And then I was talking before what's left. Oh, and then between mopping all that, I also rinse it once at least. I rinse about, let's just say every 16 square feet, give or take, 20 square feet. I'm not sure, maybe 15 to 20 square feet. I'm out about 15 to 20 square feet, and then I rinse it. So if breaking it down, it would be the living room entrance. There's a hallway that goes to the bedrooms. All these houses are the same. So if anyone's thinking of breaking into the house, as long as the house looks exactly like this one, which I do not condone, stealing is bad. You're gonna see the same setup. Any other way, it's not right. And living room, entrance, dining room, which is very small. It comprises pretty much where this line right here. Here's the table. This is a kit mommy bought. I should stop saying mommy, right? And then up to about this line right here. Then we have what we call here, I guess in Florida, maybe, I don't know what they call it in other states. Maybe in other states they go by their state's name. We call it the Florida room, which is just kind of like where the family gets together, and they don't have to be in the living room with the nice couches or whatever. They could just be here watching TV and whatnot. But yeah, so this is the last part. There's more to it. Back there is where I have my bed set up and I sleep, so whatever. And the kitchen, which is done already. So, and then there's 2 bedrooms. One of them is where my queen and the princess are. The other one's the master bedroom for the king and the queen. Master bedroom has a bathroom, and then the 2 bedrooms share a complete bathroom as well. So, and then that's it. Clean, mopping and I'm sorry, vacuuming and mopping, aspirando y trapeando. It's very simple. All it is just monotonous, and it's once you do it after a while, and you got your your rhythm, your own rhythm that you go to by. You have your own how do I say, you have your own, not style, but just your own way of doing it, I should say. Like, that you do it this way, that way. It becomes easy, and it's actually therapeutic, like washing dishes. IMO. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the watch. Hello out there. And by the way, reason I made this video is just so I could forward it to Mom, and hopefully she just smiles for a quick moment. I love you, Mom, and I love you all, you guys. Thank you. Bye.